If you believe at a subconscious level that life is supposed to be hard, then you will keep seeing the same results over and over again. You will continue to have struggles and trials in your life if you have the subconscious belief that life is supposed to be hard. God wants you to be at peace in your life. We've been conditioned and programmed by society to constantly struggle, constantly have resistance and chaos and drama in our lives. But that is the opposite of what the Bible teaches. Jesus came and died for us so that we can have life and have it more abundantly. When you read the fruit of the Spirit, the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace. Those are the first three things that are mentioned in the list of the fruits of the Spirit. Even in our tough seasons, we were created to be at peace and to have peace in our lives. You deserve to have peace. It starts with a mindset shift. You have to believe that peace is available to you, that you are deserving of a peaceful life. Having more peace in your life doesn't automatically remove all of the struggles of life, but every trial that you go through is supposed to make you stronger. We're supposed to go from glory to glory. We're supposed to be victorious in our lives. If you find yourself constantly in a state of depression, anxiety, worry, despair, having lots of chaos and drama in your life, that is not God's will for your life. God's will for your life is for you to be at peace and to live in peace and abundance. After we have suffered a little while, God will restore us and make us strong, firm, and steadfast. Trials are not supposed to last forever. Trials are supposed to come into our lives to purify us, to sharpen our character, and make us a better person. But if you are always stressed, always depressed, always going through something, how are you going to gain the lesson from it and live a better life? It says in Proverbs that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So whatever you believe deep down about yourself, about the way that the world works, that is what will be reflected in your reality. For years, I was running on autopilot. I thought that I was just a victim to my circumstances, that life was just happening to me, that I had no control. But I'm so glad that God opened up my eyes to see how life is really supposed to be. The Bible tells us not to be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our minds. That is one of my favorite scriptures because the world will tell you that you're supposed to constantly have problems and struggle your way through life. But God tells us to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. You must renew your mindset if you want to have more peace in your life. The next thing to focus on if you want more peace in your life is gratitude. I believe that so many people take this for granted, and you might have heard this a lot of times before, but I'm telling you, gratitude is a game changer. What you focus on grows. The more you focus on everything that's going right in your life, the more you will attract that into your reality. Even if you're in a situation that's unfavorable to you right now, the more you focus your mind on all of the things to be grateful for in that situation, I promise you that situation will start to get better. Philippians 4 verse 6 is one of my favorite scriptures because it teaches you how to handle anxiety. It talks about having peace, and it also talks about being thankful, showing gratitude. Just like any good parent, God wants to know that you appreciate everything that He's already blessed you with. When you don't appreciate what someone has given you, it makes it harder for them to want to give you more. That's how God feels. God wants to know that you appreciate everything that He's already blessed you with. Even if you're going through a hard time right now, I challenge you to shift your perspective and focus, hyper focus on everything that is going right in that situation. Get a gratitude journal and write 5 to 10 things that you are grateful for each and every day. Number 3, remove yourself from toxic situations. If you can't permanently leave a situation, do the best you can to put distance between you and whatever is stressing you out. Sometimes in order to have more peace in your life, you have to distance yourself from the things that are bringing you down and draining your energy. Toxic relationships, jobs, environments, friendships, even some of the music and videos that you watch can be draining your energy and stealing your peace. If you're in a relationship or situation that's negatively impacting your physical health, mental health, spiritual or emotional health, then it's time for you to reevaluate some things and start putting some distance in between you and that negative situation. When I first moved from Florida to Georgia, it took me a couple of months before I was able to find a job. So while I was looking for a job and rebuilding my life, I was living with my parents. During that time of my life, I was going through a lot of stress, heartache, and anxiety because I didn't really have a good work environment, and I didn't enjoy living at home with my parents because I was living by myself in Florida for almost a decade. So having to move back in with my parents wasn't the best experience for me. The combination of living at home with my parents, having a toxic job, and trying to rebuild my life, it was just a lot for me to handle. But gratitude saved my life in this season. Even though I was going through a lot of stress and anxiety, I made it my mission every single day to be grateful for as many things as I could think of. Having a roof over my head, being employed, having a warm room to sleep in at night, having a car, having money for gas. All of these things were things that I was grateful for during that season, even though emotionally I was struggling. All of this leads me to my next point, which is to trust God no matter what. It was by the grace of God that I was able to find a full-time job that paid me enough to live on my own, and I found an affordable apartment that I was approved for within just a few months of being in Georgia. Working on my limiting beliefs and mindset, having gratitude, trusting God, all of those things allowed me to have more peace in my life. Work on your limiting beliefs, change your mindset, and use affirmations to anchor in your new identity. If you want to see new changes in your life, you have to get some new beliefs. One of the affirmations that I used all the time was, I am overflowing with love, joy, and peace. I repeated that affirmation to myself so many times until that became my new identity. Now I'm not known as the girl who's always sad and depressed. I'm known as the girl who's always positive, who's always smiling, who's always happy. And of course I go through my low seasons, but I get up so much faster now. I bounce back from my low seasons so much faster now because of the peace I have within me. In high school and college, it seemed like I was always depressed. I was always anxious. I was always sad. And that became my identity. I identified as someone who was always sad and depressed because I believed that life had to be hard. I believed that nothing that I ever do works. I believed that life was never working out in my favor. But once I started to get to the root of those beliefs and change those beliefs, that's how I've been able to see more peace in my life, and you can do the same thing. My last tip for this video is to get some new hobbies. Do things that make you happy. Do things that lights you up and brings joy into your life. Tap into your inner child. Do things that you used to do as a child. You only have one life to live. Give yourself permission to live and have fun. Well, that is it for this video. I pray that this video has blessed and encouraged you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below any tips you have for maintaining peace in your life, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.